What's up guys? A week and a half into the 2015 April format, and the format is starting to shape itself. This weekend for the TCG we have YCS Chicago in the USA, and at the end of this month we have YCS Bochum over here in Europe, where we will see which decks will be on top of the tier list and which decks lost their playability after the most recent ban list. Due to the new support for the OCG being months ahead of us, I'm somewhat interested in the OCG metagame and format, and which decks are popular over there, since it can somewhat give us a clue of what we here in the TCG can expect when we get a new support in about 3 months later. Of course, there are a lot of exceptions and things we have to keep in mind. For example, Burning Abyss is not released in the OCG, which already is a huge difference between both TCG and OCG. Another example are the exclusives, of course, from both card games, which can also have a huge impact on its respective metagame. So let's take a look at the current OCG metagame. I'll leave a link in the video description, so feel free to check out the website and the articles. Very cool and handy if you're interested in upcoming support and metagame analysis from the OCG. After 14 tournaments, Japanese tournaments, this is the preliminary metagame breakdown for the 2015 April format. Necros is the most popular deck at pretty much 30%. Followed by Heroes, the second most popular deck, and Atlanteans at place number 3. Other decks include Tellar Knights and Glyfords, both equally represented at about 10%. Then a small number of Trains, very cool by the way, Infernoids and Spirit Beasts. So looking at the top 3, first surprisingly we have Necros, which was heavily hit the first time in January, but now with the April format for the OCG, Brionek was put to 1, Necrocycle is also at 1, Manju was put back to 2, it was at 1 at the previous list, and Senju now is back to 3, it was also at 1 during the previous format. During the previous format, Necros tried to recover using other engines, like for example Deskbots. Now apparently Necros dropped the Deskbot engine and instead added the heroic challenger Assault Halberd. Very cool, since it provides easy rank 4 Exceed access, which is currently very big in the OCG, mainly because of the Ptolemaios into Cyber Infinity. You know the combination, or because of the new Utopia, the Lightning, which is pretty much built in Armades and Honest Effects, both very powerful cards and very easy to summon. Then we have Heroes, second place at full power because the OCG still has access to Stratos and again has easy access to the Ptolemaios into Infinity combination, and a Masked Hero Darklaw backed up with Infinity is a very brutal setup. People are even sidecking Lava Golem as a solution to the Infinity Darklaw setup. Far behind, at place number 3, we have Atlanteans, with their very powerful OCG exclusive Atlantean Prince, basically an upgraded version of Gen X Undyne, and on top of that, it can reborn an Atlantean monster, which, when it's tributed by a Megalo, for example. This card is so overpowered, especially because Diva is still at 3 in the OCG, if I'm not mistaken, and it can search out Prince very easily. And yet, the deck still struggles against the two previous decks because cards like Effect Failure, Maxi and Yuki Usagi are being side-decked against Atlanteans. A few other decks, Shaddolls has completely fallen off the radar. The deck got butchered by the most recent ban list, with Construct being banned, Curry Bandit and Mathematician put to 1, and El Shaddol Fusion is also at 1 in the OCG. Winda is brought back to 3, but these hits are just too big for Shaddolls to recover from. Glyfords got the same hits in the OCG as in the TCG, so Emptiness to 1, Sacrifice to 1 and Scout to 2. The deck is still sitting at about 10% in the OCG, but it's just being outclassed by other decks. So to conclude the video, with the lack of Burning Abyss in the OCG and the OCG exclusives like Atlantean Prince and Cyber Dragon Infinity heavily impacting the OCG format, both Necros and Heroes are the most represented decks, followed by Atlanteans and the other previously mentioned decks. So guys, that's it. Hopefully it was interesting enough. Feel free again to check out the links to the blog. And this is it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lead them signing out. Peace.